If I told you one growth tech ETF has beaten both QQQ and QQQM over the last decade and is one of my favorite ETFs in my entire portfolio. Hello. Welcome back to Invest with Intention YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm on a mission to turn 13,000 into 50,000 by investing into ETFs, index funds, and high conviction stocks. A quick thank you to my first 46 subscribers. This channel is growing every single day and your support truly keeps me motivated. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It costs nothing but helps this channel grow and reach more people. So please take a second to subscribe. And as always, this is not a financial advice. Please do your own research. Let's dive in. Okay. FTEC right here is a technology sector ETF that tracks large US technology companies. It focuses heavily on the biggest and strongest tech companies driving innovation, AI, cloud computing, and software growth. Okay, it's built for growth, not income, which is exactly what I want right now. Not that I don't like income, I love getting dividends, right? But right now my focus is on growth. Okay, I still invest in SCHD and sometimes JEPQ. Okay, so I started. Let's go over here so you can see my journey with FTech. Okay, so I started my position on January 27, 2025, as you can see, with just 0.27 shares. Okay, yes, fractional shares. I followed my dollar cost averaging strategy. So as you can see here, I added on February 14, 2025, a year ago, I added 0.15 share, right? It didn't matter to me, right? Let's go here so you can see. Let's move along here. On April 16, 2025, I bought 0.3 share. Okay, at one point I believe I even bought, like, I only had like $41 that I put in over here, as you can see, right? That was June 2nd, 2025. $41 I put it in. Okay, and it didn't matter, I still bought with whatever amount I had. And back then the share price was $181, as you can see here, and I still bought fractional shares because consistency matters more than timing. Okay, I didn't buy my first full share until, let's see, when was that? On July 29, 2025. Okay, that's when I first bought my first full share. So 6 months later after starting this position. That's why I always say start with what you can, invest as often as you can. Okay, today I have 19 shares, as you can see up here, 19.5 shares. Okay, the average cost price is $212.46. $246.46. Okay, and total invested is 4,148, as you can see. Okay, the current share price is $218. Okay, that means I have a return of 2.65%. Okay, a few weeks ago, I was up about 12%, but the market pulled back, and that's normal, right? That doesn't stop me from buying more because I truly believe today's prices will look cheap 5 years from now. Right now, as I mentioned before, I have 4,148 $4,148 invested in total. Okay, my goal is to reach 50 shares, so I still have about 30.5 shares to go. Okay, and then 100 shares and beyond. Okay, so I'm not gonna stop buying if I get to 100 shares. I'm gonna keep building this position. I love this ETF. Okay, so we are going to go over here. We're going to stay in Fidelity, and we're going to go over and look at FTech performance over time. Okay, so let's go over here. All right, this is still my portfolio. Okay, so as of this recording, year to date, FTEC is down 2.93%. Okay, in the last year, it has returned 22.21%. That's huge. Imagine putting 100K into this stock a year ago. You will be sitting on plus 20,000 return, right? That's big. That's a big number. 3 years ago, on average, like in the last 3 years, on average, it has returned 29.92%. Imagine that getting you have you have been almost close to doubling your return, right? Your money, okay? um, 5 year return on average 17.33%, okay, and 10 years average is 22.98%, okay. The expense ratio is 0.08, so it's nothing, right? It's nothing. So this return has over time in the last 10 years beaten both QQQ and QQQM. Okay, that's why I love this ETF. I feel like it's so underrated, or maybe a lot of people don't know about it. Okay, these are massive long-term returns, but they come with volatility, right? Volatility is part of the journey. You have to be willing to stay invested even when markets are on red days. Buy more. That's what I do, or I try to do at least. Okay, so let's look at the dividends. We're gonna go over here, still my portfolio. You see all my dividends over here from my other stocks and ETF. FTEC is not a dividend ETF. It's built for growth. Dividend yield is about 0.44%, as you can see here. Okay, so that means, and they pay out 0.26%, sorry, $0.26, 26 cents per share. Okay, so that means that per year you are earning about maybe 96 cents per share. Okay, and that's how I have a total of $18.66 on a yearly basis with my 19 shares. That's the amount of money I get, as you can see on my screen. So not huge, but that's not why I own it. Okay, so why do I prefer FTEC over QQQ and QQQM? Two simple reasons. One, historical performance. It has outperformed both over long periods. Okay. Second, convenience. My main brokerage is Fidelity, so it fits perfectly into my ecosystem. Okay. If you can buy fractional shares, that's okay. That's how I started. Okay, consistency beats perfection. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, share with someone starting their investing journey. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.